Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Boy, here we are today. Gonna try to do a little carburetor kit work. I've been, I didn't make no video yesterday. I come out here and tried to get a bunch of customer work done that I had stored up halfway and half about. I'm still kind of working on that today, but this is online. Maybe. No. I can't remember. I'm working on stuff that's been getting parts ordered and stuff like that, so trying to get some stuff knocked out. I figured yesterday most of what I done was just regular old stuff, so today we got this gem. This is a pretty nice looking ProMac 800 that I've done some pieces and particulates on, and it still didn't run right, so I had to order a carburetor kit, and well, these Zama carburetor kits are not the easiest to find, but I found them. I've been waiting to get this thing right here started, get it finished, and hopefully that's what we're going to do today, is get this one done. Yeah. I've got to, I don't even remember what all we done the last time. I've got some parts over there, but some of the parts are not what I want to use. So we're going to get after it and see what we can come up with. And I know y'all usually don't see me use the T-handle, but I've just, the last little bit I've been playing with using the T-handle for fun. The OEM fuel line on this thing ain't real bad, but it is shrunk. Gosh knows. I got a feeling the carburetor might be glued on, because it was dang sure stucked. I'll try to peel this fuel line off here without destroying it. I don't think it's destroyed right now, but it may be destroyed time I get it off. Anybody that's ever fought with these knows what kind of mess it is to get these things off of here sometimes. Come on. Come on. Whew. We're going to put the piston right there. I'm probably going to go ahead and push the fuel line that's in it out. Because if I don't push it out now, I will forget that I need to remove it. And I will forget to do it. Yeah, that fuel line actually looks good. It's kind of hard there on the end a little bit. But well, y'all know how these things are. I don't think I have to remind you. I've had several people ask me about the bushings that I use in these tanks, and a lot of people have been wanting to buy them. And I'm just about out of them. And I haven't sold any recently because I'm out of them, or about out of them. The brake cleaner is just about out of that. got a can brake cleaner. Somehow that one run out. Somehow that one run out. That's all right. These are the little aluminum bushings I was speaking of. I had these made and I'm just about out of them. That's why, like I said, why I hadn't offered to sell any lately. I've had a couple of requests for them, but I just haven't had time to see if I can get any more of them remade. Oh, we're going to try to go ahead and glue this one in while we work on the carburetor. Let me go get a can of brake cleaner and stuff because everything's not where I need it. All right. I'm going to try to show this as best I possibly can. I went and got me a can of brake cleaner because we're going to need it. I found that my little doohickey and my little hammer. I'm going to take some of this 680 retaining compound, which, by the way, is really good stuff. If you want something to go in and never come back out, this is what we call the never come off juice. I don't know if y'all can see this or not. I'll try to make it where you can see it, but now we're just going to wipe off what's left. We're going to leave that. And yeah, you can make them smaller. You can make them smaller, hole in the middle, and use Tygon line. I'm actually thinking about doing that the next time to get away from using this. There's a few other things you can do, but that right there is one of the most helpful. And we're just going to stick that paper towel in there for now and set him in the floor. I know y'all enjoy looking at the back of my head, I'm sure. Now, we'll give this thing a rinse off. We're going to take it apart and have a look on the inside and see what's in here. I can get y'all a little bit closer. I've rebuilt several of these Zamas. I haven't had the best of luck with them, but we're going to see what this one does. Sorry, I'm still trying to get my throat cleared out. We're going to go ahead and pull the bottom off, top off, pull the guts out, have a look, see. I don't know what kind of shape it's in. All I know is I think I cranked it and run it, and I don't think it ran the best in the world. diaphragm that completely hard. These things are troublesome, I'll tell you that. We're going to go ahead and pull this one all the way down. Ain't no reason for me to count the turns, because I'm going to put them at what I put them at anyway. I'm going to put them where I want them regardless of what they were. I'm sorry, y'all. This is really hard to film the way I've got my camera set up. It really needs to be over top of my head. I don't have any provisions for that as such. We're going to go in here and have a look. You see, we might change the Welch plug in this one if we've got one. That doesn't look too bad. That one's sticking up. This one here is hard as a rock. It's stiff as all get out. And one of the valves was standing up, so that don't help anything. That don't fit in there. For some reason, all my screwdrivers seem to be missing. The emulsifier, screw it right out of there. Now there's some things that I do with the flashlight. Look through these carburetors, see where the jet holes are, a few other odds and ends. I want to check that Welch plug. I'm going to do it down here off of camera maybe. Let's see. There's a few things. There's a few things that I like to check on. The Welch plug did not appear to be leaking. I think what we're going to do, since it doesn't appear to be leaking, we're going to leave it to start with. Because you can always go back in and change it. But if you take the first one out and you mess it all up, you can't back up. So we're going to set that to the side. We're going to set that to the side. Put that over here with that. That over there. this over here. And now we have to pull the rest of it apart because we're going to change all of this. Let me get my assistant. Come hither, assistant. Used one, the used one, the used one. Now we're going to pull this screen out over here, maybe. If y'all can see that, but there's the little screen that comes out of the hole. I'm gonna lay all that there with the used stuff. Oh yeah, it needed to be cleaned down in there around the needle, something fierce. See if that cleaned it out. I can see down in there pretty good. Oh, that's a lot cleaner. There was like some dried tarnish or something down in there. There's still a little bit down in there that I don't like. Hold on a minute. All right. Sorry, I had to run in the house and get this Q-tip. Went and got a Q-tip. I peeled some of it off. They're pretty snug in there to start with. So we'll shoot a little brake cleaner on the end of the Q-tip. I'm going to kind of push it down in there against the needle feet. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it makes its own little dent and goes down into the to the hole on the seat. Now we're going to spectate it. We're going to blow it out because a little bit of cotton might be down in there. Now, best I can see down in there, that seat looks really clean now. You can use Brasso and go down in them seats and actually polish the seat. And I have done that before on one that was really, really bad. Wash this little emulsion tube out. So we're going to go easy with the air on this. We're not going to hit it real hard. Now, it looks like my screen got a little bit deformed. I'll find something close to the size of the hole, which I think that's pretty close. I'm just going to take my fingers and kind of straighten it out on the end of this. There's a few places it's folded under. that'll do it. Yeah, that worked. And what I pushed it in with was just a just a piece of shrink wrap. All right. See if we can do this where y'all can actually see it. Drop that in there. We're gonna put the pin through the lever. You know how it goes in there. I'd show you that. We're gonna set the needle up in here. Push the pin to one side, and then yeah. All that's down in there. There's just no possible way for me to show y'all how that looks going down in there and everything with my fingers the size they are. But now you see it's down in there. Wow, bro. WB, SDC. There's the SDC. And it's touching just a bit. So we're going to lower it just a smidge. Gonna hold the needle and just push down on the metering lever just ever so slightly. Then bump it, make sure it's loose. And this little thing just sits over top of it. Looks like we're right on the money. This sits across on the inside and the metering lever will touch it. But if it pushes it down, it's too high. So we've got the new needle, the new metering lever, the new spring. We're going to put the clean emulsion tube back in here, and I'm going to spray it. Hold on. Pop-balls here. All right, here we go. I'm gonna stick the brake cleaner straw in here and it's spraying. That's the main thing. That's the main thing we want to see. All right, we got all that took care of. So let's go and put the new. I'll put the new gasket on. Put the new diaphragm. You got to make sure that little nub right there's got a catch in the front of this metering lever. Right there like that. First couple of times you try to do that, it's a little bit hard to figure it out. It's not impossible. It's not that bad. I'm just hoping that this Zama carburetor runs right once we put it all together, because a lot of times they don't want to. I've changed more of them out than I've got to run. But hopefully this one will run. Get them snugged up. Flip them over to this side. I don't know if this gasket will come off of here or not. Sometimes they stick on here real nice. If I have to clean it up, it's usually one of them deals that takes a good little while. We'll try to roll it off here with the razor knife. You just get up close to it and then twist the knife a little bit. Most of the time, this will peel it off. See how I just get up next to it and then twist it a little bit? That tore through right there. Hey, got the majority of it off there. That's a good thing for sure. Just take the razor knife and just kind of flake the rest of it off there without causing too much trouble. Try not to peel off that little, there's a little line goes all the way around this carburetor. You want to scrape that off there if you don't have to. Trying to get that stuff off there can be fun. That's why a lot of times you see me reuse the gasket if it still looks good. Because sometimes it's easier to reuse the gasket than it is to get the thing off. I know some people don't particularly care for that, but hey, when you're messing with the old stuff that you can't get gaskets for, sometimes it's something you have to do. Trying to make sure I just got the majority of it off there. That'll be perfectly good enough. Perfectly okay. Alright, now to put this on, we're going to go, the black one goes down first. Make sure we get it on the right way. Then the backup one goes on, which is the brown one, and they will run with just the brown one if you can find a brown one that doesn't have that hole in it. But you have to have it without this hole right here. We're going to put the gasket. Everything looks lined up there, so make sure you got the lid facing the right direction. Wiggle it around till it goes all the way down. And there you have it. So this is freshly rebuilt now. It's clean. We know all the passageways seem to work. So We'll snug it up. We'll put the fuel line in it and put it back on there and see if we can get solder run. These will look okay. We're just going to wipe them off by hand. Make sure they feel smooth. Sometimes a little bit of corrosion will build up right on the tip of the needle. So just take your nail, just kind of scrape at it a little bit, and if something comes off, it might come off, you won't even notice it. We're just going to check and make sure. I'm going to spray this one a little brake cleaner because it's a little discolored. Not even. Take it and hit it with a little Scotch-Brite. Little green Scotch-Brite won't hurt nothing. That makes it look cleaner anyway. And it definitely ain't gonna hurt anything. Alright, now. I think this is the, yeah, this is the low. Half. 1 1/4. We're going to do the high the exact same way. Half, 1 1/4. And that's the way the carburetor fits on. Make sure we slide this back on there right. Low's on the bottom, high's on the top. Yep. All right. There we have it. Give me a minute. We'll get the saw, put it back on. All right. Oregon 07-009. Yeah, Jimmy brought a carburetor kit and a fuel line for this thing. The fuel line that he brought me was a, I'll have to look and see. Rotary, I think. And then y'all know, any of y'all that's been around for a long time know in the beginning I was using rotary fuel lines, and they were extremely well fitting whenever you put them in there. But after yeah, one of these. Do not use one of these. It'll fit when you first put it in there, and about 3 or 4 weeks it'll be leaking because it'll shrink. They're not good lines. These Oregon lines, however, they do a pretty good job for the most part. Every once in a while you'll have trouble with one of these, but most of the time we don't. Now to get this thing in here, you do have to have the fuel filter for it. You can buy these without the filter, so I just stick my 90-degree pick through there, set it down on the end of the pick, and then it just pulls right through there. Then I take my lubrication spray, spray a little bit on the fuel line. And there it is. That's through there. Oh yeah. He also sent a new, what I call a dog bone or whatever. Putting these on's a little bit more complicated sometimes. I know y'all can't see a thing, and I'm sorry, but I can't see nothing, and if I can't see nothing, we can't continue with what we're doing. There we go. I don't know if y'all can actually see that or not. When I go to put these on, I like to lock the trigger back, lift up on it. Yeah, this really isn't this awful hard to do, except when you're trying to film it and show everybody else how to do it. That's when it gets a little cumbersome. Now having the gasket stuck to the carburetor is definitely a good thing. There we go. I'm gonna have to clean out these. I'm gonna have to clean out my holders. They're just a mess. Now, when you go to put the fuel line on, it's not a bad idea to twist it backwards just a little bit. And when you do, you will see, when you twist it, you'll see that it holds the fuel line where it needs to be. If you've got it twisted the wrong direction, the fuel line will kink up. See, with that twisted backwards just a little bit there, it holds it right where it needs to be. I'm gonna spray a little bit of spray lube down in here because it definitely needs some. A little bit of junk in there. Spray a little bit down there so a little bit gets down on the pull rope. Oh, that made a difference. Oh yeah, never mind. I was gonna turn the decomp on, but this is 800, so it doesn't have a decomp. Well, 32 to 1. Looks like somebody's got the vent stop slam up. hole in it. Now the gas cap probably leaked for the first time, but at least it'll get air and it'll run. All right, let's take her outside. All right, we're straight out here. Have not fired anything up. She's dry, just like it was when we brought it out here. So let's see what happens. One. So far, so good. Jimmy. Mr. Coltrane, holler at me. I think we got it taken care of. I don't remember what all we were going to do. I know we put a front AV bush and stuff in it, but There might be something else I'm supposed to do. I don't remember 100%. So, all right, y'all. Just remember, go down there and look in the links below if you want to check out our merchandise or our Facebook page called Hopper Nation. I usually put my email address down there too. If you see somebody, tell them Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. Be cordial to them. It's a good time of season. It's one of my favorite times of year. I like to listen to the story of Mary and Joseph's trip to Bethlehem, and well, that's just one of my favorite stories. So remember, I always tell everybody Jesus is the reason for the season. Sorry if you don't like that, but it's just the way it is for me anyway. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day. Stay safe. Be kind. Treat each other the way you want to be treated. God bless. Bill Hopper out.